The music in the background is from Hinge Point on Impact 103. Bringing you the best contemporary Christian music. This song is called 3 a.m. You're on the Truth and Light show with me, Luke Raybert, and we're going to be pausing our discussion about humility for a bit to get some very informal information from a man called Arnold van der Spey. Arnold, how are you doing this morning?
Nice talking to you and all the people on the audience.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So, Arnold, you are from an organization called Amazon Missions. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, that's correct. Amazon Missions describes that we do missions to the Amazon jungle. So there's a lot of unreached groups there. And our focus is to get to the least reached groups or the completely unreached groups. And we've done it since 93. So, we've seen lots of miracles, wonderful things happening. And that's the summary of it all.
That's amazing. And you actually sent me a video on WhatsApp that I had the privilege of watching. And it was so amazing. All these different tribes and these people look unreached. It doesn't look like they've ever seen civilization. So how did you guys start it off? Can you walk me through what one of the first missions was like, and how did you figure out a way to be effective?
I'll just give you a little summary. I got radically saved by the grace of God in 1971 at the age of 11. So at 1973, I saw in the National Graphics a photo where scientists are reaching an unreached tribe somewhere in the globe. And I could see that this unreached group had this emptiness in their eyes, and they looked towards these scientists and in thinking and believing that they brought them the answer to life. And at age of 13, just turned a teenager, I knew that I had Jesus and I had the answer, and I need to take this answer to them. That's where it started. So at the age of 33, I started with YWAM in the Amazon jungle for 1 year, and then I went solo, working with other organizations, missionary organizations, churches, pastors, groups, tribes. And we take groups in. So Amazon Missions consists of groups, fluctuating groups, people who go in with us and come out with us, and we do trips in all the time to different tribes, and we continue with certain tribes that we have contact with. And what happens is we go to little villages, and then we meet Indian tribes who come down from their area, doing trade by skin with skin and dried fish. But then they take us up to their area. But these guys who take us to their area, they are civilized. They already hunt with a shotgun besides hunting with bow and arrow. Whoa. But then what happens is that completely unreached, what you saw in the video, they raid them. So these guys who have never had clothes or never seen clothes raid these rich groups. And fortunately, the rich group speaks the language of the unreached groups who raid them. And the rich groups that we go with, they speak Spanish. And we've learned Spanish and Portuguese in Brazil and Peru and Colombia. So that's in a nutshell how we reach those people then.
Wow, it sounds like it's quite a intricate, how do you say it? It's difficult. It sounds like it's quite a very much you have to be called to do something like this.
It sounds difficult, but it's not. It's so simple. We make friends with a tribe who's reached. They take us up in their canoes. We spend time with them. We share the gospel. We show the Jesus movie, everything. Oh, and these guys then they share the gospel. Well, they can share the gospel with the tribes that raid them, those completely unreached groups with their bows and arrows are 2 meters long. It looks like spears, but it's not. And that's how we get to those guys.
That's great. And how does it work when you get there? You evangelize. Do they build churches, or do you take them to churches? Or?
No. We never go into church building, so we don't put money into bricks and cement. Yeah. We simply use the existing structure. So they got huts, or they got a large hut where they meet, and that's what we use then. So that's where we gather and just show the Jesus movie, or we show whatever we got to show. We take guitars in, pianos, electrics, and run it on battery, and we play for them. So we sing to them. Tell them about Jesus. And you know what? The wonderful thing, the latest testimonies that we got is that after we shared for about 4 or 5 days with one of these reached tribes, the chief or his wife had a dream of Jesus appearing to them. Wow. In a vision or in a dream, but so real, so powerful that their countenance changes. So the next morning they are completely in a different echelon, if you want to put it like this. Yeah. And the one was where the chief said to me, Arnold, I dreamt about your friend. I thought, now, who is this guy talking about my friend? He doesn't know my friend, but he's a chief, so I've got to shape up. I've got to pretend I know what he's talking about. So I said, how do you know it's my friend? No, he said, in the dream I asked you, and you said, this is your friend. I said, what? Was it in your dream? He says, yes. So I was standing beside a person whom he did not know, and he said, "Who is this person?" And I, in the dream, said, "This is my friend." I said, "So what did my friend do?" Now, he gave us water. And I thought, who is this guy? Because I know some Brazilians down in the village further down the river where we met with them. They picked us up in the canoes. Maybe he saw me with one of those guys, and they wear beards. So I asked him, did my friend have a beard? He said, yes, he had a beard. So I'm thinking, who is this Brazilian guy? But then when I said, what did my friend do? He said, no, he picked up water out of the dirty river and he gave it to us. I said, but my friends don't do this. And I said, why did he give us the water? No, he gave the water for us for the journey back, because they're going to take us back in the canoe down to the more civilized town. And I said, my friends don't give dirty water. They're full of amoeba, and, you can get jaundice. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And he said when he gave us the water was crystal clear and sweet and pure. And I thought, wait a minute, I only know one friend who can do that. So I said, listen, did he have a mustache? Yes. Did he have long hair? But I'm like scared to ask him, because I'm thinking it's Jesus, but I'm afraid it's not Jesus. I'm just asking step by step, to kind of get more into the picture of who Jesus. And he said, yes, he's got all this. And I said, did he have a white cloak? He said, yes, he had a white cloak. I said, I know who that friend is. That's Jesus. So the chief suddenly sat up and I scratched his head and said, oh, yes, that's Jesus, because we're telling him about Jesus all the time. So, and I asked him, did Jesus say anything? He said, no. He just picked up the water and gave it to us. How humble and humility is that Jesus never spoke in the dream. Jesus allowed me to speak in the dream, but he never uttered a word. He simply came to serve. He served us with pure, clean, living water. And that's for our journey back. Isn't that powerful?
That is super powerful.
Yeah, after we shared for a couple of days, Jesus himself empowers all those testimonies by coming in a powerful dream to the chief. That's amazing.
That is so... Jesus is so amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I got to tell you one more.
Yeah, go for
it. So this other tribe we also went to... we said to the chief after we shared for a few days, we're going to baptize you guys tomorrow there where the river bends on that beach. There's a beach, sand on the river. He said, no, look, we're working tomorrow. We don't want to, I don't have time for this. It was obnoxious. He wasn't really interested in what we were doing. And no, my tribe has to work. You guys can't do that. And I just begged him. I said, please. So I said, okay, if you find a few guys, they can go there quickly, 6 o'clock in the morning, but just do it quickly and get done with it. Okay, right. So we slept. And we woke up the next morning and we went down to the river, and lo and behold, who is there? Number one, it's the chief. We thought, no, he's going to scold us again. He's going to tell us, no, we've got to leave now. And when I got close to him, his countenance changed. He had this shocking surprise look in his eyes. So we said, how can we help? He said, can you please baptize me? I'm number one. I've got to be first.
Oh, wow.
I said, why? No, and he told us, no. By 4 o'clock this morning, my wife woke up and he shot up straight in my bed, and she had a vision. She saw a very bright light. It shocked her. It embraced her. A tremendous, powerful white light. The whole area, the whole sky's lit up. And she said, in that white light, high above appeared Jesus with his hands stretched out like the statue on Rio de Janeiro. And their staircase came down from heaven, from that throne room, right down to the beach where we were going to baptize them. And Jesus said to her, you guys have to decide now what you want to do. Those who pass to my right will be saved, and those who do not believe have to pass to my left. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
And that vision, it went off. But it was like a movie. And she immediately woke up her husband, which is the chief, and she told him, related him the whole vision. And that went right into him. That anointing hit him like a bomb, goof, and it changed him completely. That's why he was number one to get baptized. And then after we baptized him, what he said is, but now the onus and responsibility lies on my shoulders to get my tribe saved and get them to Jesus. What must I do? It's the first time he's now saved and believes, and he doesn't know what to do. So long story short, we were there after that again a couple of years later, and now we had the privilege of seeing him baptizing some of his tribal members.
Sure. Wow, what a testimony.
So we got lots of testimonies like that where God operates. After we've been there, the Lord empowers the testimony by coming in a dream or a vision or miracles. Lots of miracles happen.
And that is so incredible. I mean, I'm hearing this and I'm wanting to get involved. So I'm thinking for our listeners, do you have any information about how we can get involved, how we can help?
Yes, please. So the website is simply amazonmissions.com.
Amazonmissions.com.
Amazon Missions, so it's plural, amazonmissions.com, one word. And my WhatsApp number, please take it. It's very simple.
Yes.
You can WhatsApp me anytime at 076 457 3485. I will repeat it again slowly and then again slowly. So just hang on. So it's 076 457 3485. I'll repeat it once more again. Anybody can WhatsApp us or get it from Luke.
Yes, I think what we can rather do, if you're listening and you have the Impact 103 WhatsApp line, send me the word Amazon and I'll send you all the details about how you can get involved. The Impact 103 WhatsApp line.
They can come.
Yes,
so people can come with us. They can come with us. They can pray for us, or if they're led to financially sow into this ministry, they're very welcome, and we'll give them the details for that. Or invite us to come talk at your church, or home group, school, whatever venue you can create. We will be there and share free of charge. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Arnold. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.